everyone, Nathan Cox, President of TasFarmers, here in the kitchen again, looking at another household staple and asking ourselves, where in the world did this come from? So this time we're looking at preserved fruit. So the first cab off the rank, pineapple slices. So where in the world would pineapple slices come from when Australia grows some of the best pineapple in the world? Well, we look at the label and this says it's a product of Indonesia. Really? We grow great pineapple, we've got great pineapple processing supply chains, and we still import it from Indonesia. Doesn't make sense to me. Single serves of fruit salad. Kids love them in their lunch boxes, great as a snack. Where in the world would these come from, seeing as we grow all these fruits in Australia? We've got great farmers, again, we've got great supply chains, processing capabilities for all these fruits in Australia, and yet we import these out of China. Really? Another household favourite, the old two fruits. We grow this fruit in Australia. We can process it. We've proved our worth in this field for so long, and yet still importing it out of China. Again, this stuff just isn't from around here. It's not from Australia. We need to check the label and make sure we're buying Australian. Make sure we're looking after Australian jobs and Australian farms. So what options have we got from Australian context? Well, we've only got to look at the label. There's plenty of options out there when it comes to preserved fruit. Here's just one, apricot halves, Australian grown apricots. Absolutely fantastic product, Australian grown. You're looking after Australian jobs, you're looking after Australian farms, you're looking after our Australian supply chains. Always check the label. Those snack size servings that we looked at before, here's an Australian option, SPC, great Australian brand, still going, still sourcing Australian products, still sourcing Australian fruit. When we go to the supermarket, we look for Australia. We look for Australian grown, look for Australian made. It'll be on the label, it'll tell you everything you need to know. So those snack sized options, there's no need to look offshore. We just need to ask, where did this come from? And buy the one that came from Australia. So not just in the snack sized options, we've got our big tins as well. So even on our big tins, we look at the label and we say, where on earth did this come from? Did this come from around here? Do I know where this was grown? Can I go and visit where this is being processed? If it's Australian grown, you probably can. You can see the Australian jobs, you can see the Australian farms. So spend local, support local, and local will survive.
Where in the